Okay. Uh, my original talk on the Psalm did not record, so I'm, I'll try to do what I can to replace it. It won't be the same as the one before the live group. First, the lectionary form. Lord, send out your Spirit and renew the face of the earth. Lord, send out your Spirit and renew the face of the earth. Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, you are great indeed. How manifold are your works, O Lord. The earth is full of your creatures. Lord, send out your Spirit and renew the face of the earth. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord be glad in his works. Pleasing to him be my theme. I will be glad in the Lord. Lord, send out your Spirit and renew the face of the earth. If you take away their breath, they perish and return to their dust. When you send forth your Spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the earth. Lord, send out your Spirit and renew the face of the earth. So, some remarks on the psalm. First, I'm going to mention God's majesty, clothed with glory and honor. The psalmist does not see God, rather, he sees the glory of God. And in the Bible, often the glory of God is a way of keeping God's majesty, his transcendence, of not making God too human. So instead of saying that they saw the Lord, they would say they saw the glory of the Lord. And my favorite example of this is in the prophet Ezekiel, where he says that he saw an image of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. Ezekiel doesn't see the Lord. He won't even claim to see the glory of the Lord or even the likeness of the glory of the Lord. Rather, he sees the image of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. That's how exalted his God is. And this is a tradition that the psalmist shares, the magnificence of God, the creator. Now, the other thing, the focus of the psalm on Pentecost, Lord, send forth your Spirit and renew the face of the earth. It's on God's creative spirit, God as creator, rather than, for example, God's Spirit as the spirit of prophecy. The emphasis on this day is on the creative spirit of God. And the next thing to remember is that in biblical thought, creation is not making something out of nothing 99% of the time. There is one exception, I give it to you in a footnote. But 99% of the time in the Bible, creation is not making something out of nothing, it's making order out of chaos. And this is why there's not a sharp distinction for the Hebrews between creation and redemption. Making a people out of a rabble composed of slaves and a mixed multitude, making that rabble into God's people, which is what happened in the Exodus, the prime example of redemption. That's no more magnificent than is creating order out of chaos, making a people out of this rabble. And then the second point is about creation and eschatology. Eschatology, eschatos, the Greek word means last, the final thing. So eschatology is about the end times, the end of the world. And the psalmist is probably not thinking about the new world, the world to come. Rather, he's thinking about the annual revival of nature every spring. Every spring, the brown turns to the green, and the little animals that we haven't seen, they've been lethargic all winter, now they're out and running around. Nature springs to life, And for the psalmist, this doesn't happen because there are natural laws that take care of these things. It's because every spring God works a miracle. That's his perspective on the world. So he's thanking God for this miracle that happened, this miracle of creation that's ongoing. It's not something that happened once in the past. Creation is ongoing, God's ongoing activity in the world. And however, and I get this from Reginald Fuller, in Christian thought, and I've got a quote from Reginald. Where did he put this? Oh, yeah. We can reinterpret the psalm, and we're not thinking of the annual spring every year, but we're thinking of the eschatological renewal of creation, of the final renewal of creation, whatever God has in store for the end, a renewal which the church is the first fruits of this new creation, as Paul, as Luke, excuse me, as the psalmists see it, as the psalmist interpreted by Christians see it. We see not just the old creation, but we look with longing, as St. Paul tells us, we groan and long for the new creation. And so when we say, send forth your spirit and renew the face of the earth, we're not just thanking God for what happens for every year, but we're looking forward to the final glory of God being revealed. And now I'll take us through the Revised Standard Version, the New Revised Standard Version of that psalm. Lord, send forth your spirit and renew the face of the earth. Lord, send forth your spirit and renew the face of the earth. Now I'll go through the psalm to the end. Bless the Lord, O my soul. O my God, you are very great. O Lord, how manifold are your works. The earth is full of your creatures. When you take away their breath, they die and return to their dust. When you send forth your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the earth. May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in his works. May my meditation be pleasing to him, for I rejoice in the Lord. Lord, send forth your spirit and renew the face of the earth. And to you who are watching here, my makeup recording, I apologize. I pushed the wrong button and didn't get the full discussion, which was very good. But this is better than nothing. So I'm going to stop right here, stop recording.